Awesome. Thank you, everybody, and welcome to the 44th annual Aspira Scholarship Luncheon.
Yep.
What you guys are part of is a big, yeah, definitely. It's the lineage is long, and the reason why I can remember which year it is because it's been as long as I've been alive. So it started in '77, and so did I. So the year that I forget what number it is, I've got other issues. But thank you all for being a part of it. First off, I want to acknowledge our staff. None of this would be possible without the work that each and every one of you and many others who are busy working right now do each and every day. I know some days are rougher than others, but your work is definitely appreciated. And today's one of those days where you're also celebrated for all your tireless work. For those of you who are familiar with nonprofit organizations, you don't get paid your worth, and you put in lots of hours, but you work because you have a passion and a commitment to the community that you serve. So I'd like to acknowledge all of the staff. First and foremost, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart, from our students, recipients, and everything. Thank you for the work that you do. To the students' families, for those of you who have your families logged in to watch you get awarded today, thank you very much for the support and the guidance that you provided to your kids. They're our kids as well. We love each and every one of them. And the work that you all put in, whether it's simply taking care of them, making sure they have a roof over their heads, a space to study, all the work that you do for the support that you provide our kids. Thank you, families. And you all the recipients should acknowledge their family members that are there with them and support them throughout this journey. For any faculty from any of the schools where the students attend, thank you very much for your tireless efforts as well. It's definitely a labor of love, and the old adage of it takes a village to raise a child definitely applies. And I want to thank each and every one of you as well for your tireless support and efforts. At this point, I'd like to, before I continue with my remarks, I'd like to acknowledge our board of directors, the Aspira board of directors. We have our board chair, Mr. Fernando Acevedo. Fernando, thank you very much for being here. And if you'd like to say a word or two.
Thank you, Carlos. On behalf of the New Jersey Board of Directors and Aspira National, first and foremost, congratulations to all of you that rose to the challenge with this past year with the pandemic, and being able to do this accomplishment and graduate and move on. It is truly a blessing to see the work that you guys put in to get it done with all the challenges that we faced. And also to that, I'd like to commend the staff and Carlos, the executive director, for working under these challenging times and, opening and closing and getting the resources done for the, aspirantes to be able to matriculate, like Dan was saying. So on behalf of the board and national, again, congratulations. It is very much well-deserved, and we are super proud of you guys. And we look forward to hearing from all of you back next year on your continued development and growth. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Acevedo. At this time, to the students, I want to address you directly. Every year, I always have a theme and a message I like to pass on to the recipients. This year, definitely the result of a very challenging time. And I'm sure you all had plans before the pandemic started. You had plans in terms of how your life was going to play out. You had plans for dealing with any of the challenges that you expected. This particular set of challenges you guys had may be the defining challenge of your generation. It may not be, but it definitely was unexpected. And for those of you that had to adjust, for those of you that lost close people, loved ones, you all know the impact that it had on you, in particular this past year. The impact was felt on a personal level and on a professional level as well. There were a lot of changes and adjustments that had to be made, but you've all shown that you have resiliency, which is very, very key and important throughout the rest of your journey, both academically and professionally, and believe it or not, more so personally. I would tell you to believe in your work ethics, believe in your talents, because despite all the issues that everyone faced the past year, you were still achieving, you were still reaching goals, and that's not to be taken lightly, because not only were you doing things that would be hard to do in the normal circumstances, but you did it under the restrictions of a pandemic. And with great reward comes great responsibility. You've proven your resiliency. You've proven that you can deal and adjust on the fly with major changes and obstacles thrown your way. But what does that mean for you individually? When you look in the mirror later today, what does that mean for you? That means that you have a responsibility to help those around you, those less fortunate. As you achieve your goals, moving on to your collegiate careers, some graduate careers, some professionally, you're going to achieve a lot of personal milestones. And as you do that, you're going to have close ones nearby that may not achieve those same milestones. You're going to have loved ones and friends and family that are going to fall by the wayside. You're going to have people in the community that you live that are not going to be as successful as you are. As you move forward, please always be mindful of those around you, be mindful of your community, because when times get hard, we need each other to lift each other up. And your responsibility, my charge to you all, is to pay it forward. All the blessings and the achievements that you guys have comes with that responsibility to bring others up behind you, whether it be siblings, whether it be friends, whether it be members of your community. And I'm not asking that everybody go out and work for nonprofit or community organizations. You can do this in whatever vocation you pursue. As far as wherever your life takes you, make sure to always be mindful of those around you, your impact on them, and your influence. And as long as you keep that in the back of your head, you will achieve success, not only professionally, but in your personal endeavors as well. I congratulate you all and encourage you all to keep this in the back of your mind, be mindful, and continue to move forward as aspirantes. So before I turn it back over to Dan, I'd like to congratulate the 44th scholarship recipient class of Aspira.